Hello everyone. Get my headgear on here. I wanted to shoot another personal video. Happy Independence Day. Happy birthday to our country. I'm getting ready to do some more stuff down at the Aquaponics Dome, and I wanted to walk you through where I've come since my last video. Right here, this is a solar water heater. This is going to be used for my heating solution in the wintertime. So we'll get to that eventually. I have some piping here that I need to work on this afternoon, and I'll explain why. But anyway, since the last video, Nicole and I have done quite a lot of work on the dome, and everything is growing pretty well. Two problems I'm having today relate to the siphon, the bell siphon. We had replumbed to get more water going through the system. We had replumbed from 3/4 inch to 1 inch pipe, and I also implemented a little mini sanitation plant that I'll show you. There we go. Let's see what we got going on in here. It's getting pretty exciting. So you can hear me, I'm going to turn down the temperature, or turn up the temperature to shut off the fans. Obviously we got a lot growing since I've last recorded. Yeah, we have a little cucumber there. We got a couple cucumbers growing in there. And we got a big radish there. Those are good. We already ate some of them. We have this bed full of leafy stuff that shouldn't be here. The leafy stuff aren't meant for these media beds. They are meant for flooded tables, which we put these in. What's going to happen with these is that there's going to be a styrofoam raft cut that floats on the surface of the water. In the raft, there's going to be circular holes that net pots can go down into. So those net pots will be full of this media as well, the expanded clay, hydroton, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to transplant all the leafy stuff over to these flooded beds. The one problem though is I do have a friend of mine that's donating the styrofoam. It has to be polystyrene and not polycistrate, because I guess that affects the fish and whatnot. But anyway, these are all connected so that the water level is the same height. You can see there's a pipe. Water will always seek to go to the same height, so it's always leveled out. That being said, we had to level these and everything. We did a pretty good job. That was all Nicole. But as you see, the outlet over here then feeds down into this media bed, and unfortunately it has a hard time breaking. You can see that there's water there. It takes a little bit to break before it'll drain. So I need to get more, and this is not turned all the way up. What I'd like to do is get the water flowing a little better. So I'm gonna increase the size of that pipe over there, with that pipe I showed you outside of my garage. We're gonna do that today. It's gonna be done with a uni-seal. Those are more affordable and a lot easier to use than standard bulkhead fittings. So that's one problem. The other problem I have is the bell siphon on number 3 here. It is going, and it shouldn't be. It is constantly going, which means the bed won't fill full water. Now this is a direct result of replumbing this outer pipe, the main line, with 1 inch instead of 3/4 inch. So now we have too much pressure. So I'm hoping that the solution is as simple as turn the water down. Let's see if this breaks. Come on. Maybe turn it down a little more. So you got to strike the balance between making sure that it starts and making sure that it breaks. That pipe in the middle, it's called a solid lifting drain. So the water actually leaves the tank through the bottom of that. And that allows it to suck up the fish poo, fish waste. That is not breaking. Damn it. Let's see if, turn it down a little more. Now the problem with that is, as I'm turning that down, I'm probably increasing the pressure coming into these flood beds, which could result in that opening being overcome. If that opening's gonna be overcome, that means the water's coming into this quicker than it's leaving it. And this one being slightly lower than the other two will begin to overflow over in the corner. So I'm looking to avoid that. I'm gonna check my time here to make sure I'm still within YouTube limits. Absolutely. I think I started this at 12:22. As far as Alka-San goes, so this is a solid swirl filter. How this works is whenever I want to clean the biomechanical filter that has all the good bacteria in it, I essentially put it into backwash mode, which reverses all the jets inside of there and spins up all of the solid waste. Then I can put it into rinse mode, which diverts the water from the main line to a waste line over here that goes over to the solid swirl filter. What we have inside of here is an air stone that's pummeling away at any solids, trying to break them up. And then the solids will settle on the bottom. You'll see, ooh, and that stinkos. This pipe goes in, goes down, and then it makes a bend, which causes the water to swirl. So as the water swirls in here, it causes the solids to drop to the bottom, for which there is a valve to drain out the solids. So what I do here is, what's up top is cleaner than what's on the bottom. So I essentially just pump the overflow. The overflow goes into this pipe and then back into the sump. If I run it for too long, I'll just be pushing solids back in there. So I usually only like to run it for a few minutes. I'm gonna put it in backwash mode right now. We can see over here, we just heard the siphon break there because it's getting no more water. This is getting dirtier. I'm gonna put this in rinse mode. And what I want to do is I want to catch it before I blow any of the solids into this overflow. See, it's just clear water going into the overflow right now, but it's getting darker and nasty stuff is coming in there. So right now it's clear down there, and I've rinsed this a bit, so I'm going to put it back. So we try to do that at least once a day. We can, just for a little bit of added excitement, feed some of these big monster fish. Let's see how hungry they are. And then another thing that we ran into the other day that a friend told me is, you know, you got to pollinate those. Yeah, they're hungry, huh? And there's that little goldfish. We can't get them. They're looking to, we're trying to get them into the sump, but this tilapia really like to nip at them. That's why the one's whitish. And then we'll give the goldfish some. The other thing we ran into, yeah, because we don't have bees in here, we have to actually manually pollinate the cucumbers, at least, because there's male and female. This is a female, it needs to be pollinated. The male does not have that cucumbery bulge behind it. It's kind of rapey and gross. And instead of manually picking apart the males and shoving them into the female, we're we ordered a little vibrator thing. It's even grosser, but it's a vibrator that is for pollination. And you collect the pollen, you vibrate the pollen onto the little toothbrush thing. We have a big 50-pound bag of this coming tomorrow. They said it'll last 2 years. That's what this trash can is for. Anyway, I'll shoot more of these, but I hope you find this interesting, and please feel free to post any comments, questions, suggestions, anything like that. I have that valve there because I need to switch out that, so I need to shut off the water there, shut off the water there, and kind of tilt this until it gets low enough that I could drill a bigger hole there. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful birthday of our nation, and spend good time with your family, watch the fireworks, and remember why we have a holiday today. Have a good one. Bye.